What an angle. Oh! How much did you have to drink last night? And if people see me filming in my car, they think I'm weird for it, they can suck my dick. One of my favorite activities is shouting into the void. Because truly, life is just a gigantic void that we're trying to fill. That's what she said. But another activity I can do to fill said void is to thrift. I love thrifting. I have not been thrifting since over a year ago. I have not stepped foot in a thrift store, I think. Secondhand stores don't count. Since I got COVID at the beginning of 2022 from a Panda Express. The night that I started to come down with symptoms, I almost came out thrifting and decided to go take a nap instead, and I'm so glad I did that so that I didn't spread it everywhere. I mean, I would have worn a mask, but still. God, I think about that decision every day. It's time for me to get back on my thrifting game, and I took today off work specifically to do this. Also to catch up on editing. We'll see if that actually happens. But I did not want to go on a Saturday where everybody and their mom and their grandma and their pet horse and their lobster would be out also thrifting. So I took a Monday off work, used vacation time I probably didn't have, because I do have a wish list. Wow, that's, oh my god, it's you! Oh, cute! Selfie time! Oh my god, look, us together. But I do have a list of items that I am specifically looking for, which is good. I'm not just gonna wander in aimlessly and let items speak to me and convince them to let me take them home, which is often what happens and probably will happen anyway. So this is the thrift shopping list. Maybe a side table with storage for an updated nightstand for my bedroom. Glass containers for food storage. Along with that, acrylic organizers, because buying organizers made of plastic, buying bins made out of plastic is so expensive, and for what? The only acrylic organizers that I do own, I have thrifted. I refuse to buy them at full price. They're way too expensive. Vinyls, maybe. Art supplies, I've found art supplies thrifting before, and that is such a joyous occasion. I also like to adopt blocks of wood and other random objects like knife blocks, or little chests to turn into art projects. I have yet to do any of those, but the idea still stands. Plates, because I just broke another one of my plates recently. Belt. Because a lot of my pants have been falling down. A denim vest or a jacket, and potentially some band t-shirts, because I've been trying to remake the jacket that Eddie Munson has from Stranger Things. And don't come for me, okay? Don't say that that's cringe. Everybody who's saying that Eddie Munson is cringe was celebrating him 3 months prior. You only got embarrassed by it because everybody else liked it too. Okay, don't act like you're better. Maybe some blouses or some clothes for work. Boo. And this one's kind of a long shot, but a cauldron mug. Target sold a cauldron mug like 2 Halloweens ago, and I did not hop on that opportunity fast enough, and they all sold out, and I'm still regretting that. I would love a little cauldron mug to make a little hot chocolate in, or serve mac and cheese so I can pretend that I'm living in The Sims for reals. And any other treasures that's literally on my list. Any other treasures that happen to find us that I'm supposed to take home. I've tossed around a thrifting video for a while on stream, and everybody seemed to be really receptive to that and was really interested. So here we are. Come thrifting with me. Come on, let's go.
Give instructions to a person who is dead. And they tell him to do certain things and hang on to certain things and let go of other certain things. Just allowing the experience to happen to you naturally. In the course of that, I got very confused as to whether I was alive or whether I was dead. It was really very far out to just not know whether I was alive or dead. If I'm dead, what is happening? What's been happening with my life if I've been dead all this time? What is the truth behind all of this?
Such unfortunate wording.
Jump here.
Okay, not a ton of luck so far. I do have a pile of treasures, though. And in one of the places I went to, this kid, this like 8-year-old boy, was grooving his little heart out to AM to PM by Christina Milian? I don't know, I had to Shazam it to know what he was just enjoying himself thoroughly in the furniture section. And also this old bitch bumped me with her cart. I don't know if it was on purpose because I was standing in front of the mugs looking at the mugs and she wanted to look at the mugs. I could tell. So I think I might go to one more place and then call it a day. However, I have not done well sticking to my thrift wish list. There are so many wishes to be granted. It's also liquid IV time because I'm probably getting dehydrated. Oh my god, it's like I made a potion. Yeah, this is like an adult potion. You know when you used to make potions as a kid in the sink with like different soaps and shampoos and conditioners and your toys? Yeah, I realized that the adult equivalent to making a potion is putting liquid IV, chia seeds, and sometimes, worst case scenario, you're not having a great week, Miralax in the water. Mix it all together, that's an adult potion. I have made it on multiple occasions and it is demoralizing. Oh, why are you breaking? I don't need any meds.
I see who you are. You are my enemy. My enemy. You are my enemy.
Michael, don't leave me here. Michael, Michael, help me.
Okay, it's some amount of hours later because I came home and promptly fell asleep on my couch. But now it's haul time! I, however, really did not find much of what I was looking for, which is kind of a bummer. Because my biggest complaint about thrifting is that the women's clothing sections are just like a cluster. Oh, thank you, loud aircraft. Very much appreciated. Is that capital aircraft? This is a side note and not relevant at all to anything that's going on here, but I watched all of the Hunger Games movies basically in one sitting yesterday. Actually, I'm finishing Mockingjay Part 2. It's literally on my TV behind me. Read 'em and weep, baby. Anyway, what was I ranting about before I was rudely interrupted by the military? Oh, that trying to look for women's clothing in general sucks ass, but trying to thrift women's clothing sucks ass even more. Because it's just like literally all over the place. And that's not the fault of the thrift stores. It's the fault of women's clothing manufacturers. Everything is either incredibly sheer and you'd have to wear another layer underneath, which uncomfortable. Why do I want to do that? If I'm going to put on a t-shirt, why do I want to put a t-shirt on under the t-shirt? This isn't the early 2000s, I don't want to layer anymore. Or it's like a really high polyester blend and it's really uncomfortable, and with my length of hair, it would just like generate so much static all day long that I could probably power my cell phone with it. Or you come across something from the back that looks really nice, and once you turn it around, it has some stupid ass saying on it. I don't know. Those are just my observations and how I feel every time I try to go in the women's clothing section, which is why I pretty much exclusively shop in the men's section. Okay, sorry, I said let's do a haul reveal and then I ranted for 5 minutes, so that's ridiculous. And now that I just took a big fat dump on women's clothing, I actually did find this blouse. Feels decent material. And then also could not pass up this like teal cable knit sweater situation. Ooh, my weakness is always when it's really soft. It's really soft. And another option for work attire, even though it's pretty much 80 degrees every day already. We don't need to talk about that. Okay, and then this is the front, pretty boring. It's a beige t-shirt, which is like, still don't know how I feel about that. But holy shit, look at the back. Are you kidding me? And it's like super vaporwave looking like 80s synthwave shit that I love. The Inner Workings of Your Mind presents, in disassociation with the status quo, the following propaganda may contain sensitive material to those objecting to free will and independent thinking. I'm gonna wear this to work also. This shirt slaps! This shirt slaps! That might be one of my favorite finds of the day. Also, I don't know what possessed me to buy this, but I bought a book called Creative Authenticity because I want to be an authentic creative. I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna read it and it's gonna suck and it's gonna be stupid, but I just like, that's often how I shop, especially when thrifting, is I wait for things to like jump off the rack or the shelves at me, and this one kind of did that. And then I'm still sort of thinking that maybe meal prep stuff is best to buy like new because they don't sell a lot of containers with the lids because they're plastic and I think they're worried about germs, which I understand. But this is like a pretty good sized container that I really like, that's like square because I only have circular Pyrex dishes. And like if I were to, I almost just dropped it. If I wanted to take enchiladas for lunch, I don't have anything enchilada shaped and I kept having to like fold my enchiladas in half, like a V. I want to get that like beeswax saran wrap alternative, the reusable beeswax covers. Boom, easy. Meal prep container, ready to go. I don't know, I'm kind of toying with the idea of meal prepping. I'd love to do a mediocre meal prepping with Marty video because I could never be the girlies that you see meal prepping on TikTok and how aesthetic their fridges look and how aesthetic their containers look and how aesthetic their food looks. I'm never gonna be that level. I did find a belt to try. We'll see. It cost me $2. If I hate it, I'm just gonna give it back. I am a sucker right now for thinking that I can turn these into fun arts and crafts projects. So I bought this tray.
Hi, my name is Trey.
Which I'm now just realizing was originally $5, probably from the Target dollar section up at the front, and Goodwill listed it for $5.49. So thank you, Goodwill, for robbing me blind today. But I keep having this idea, like I want to turn these trays into an Animal Crossing themed tray and sell them. Maybe one day I'll actually do it. I'm just gonna paint over the lemon lime slice in the middle. Damn, I wish I had paid more attention to that, not that it matters. I find it more rewarding when my art projects have been given a second life. Like that's how I would want my merch to be, is like shirts that I've hand tie-dyed and hand picked out from a secondhand store to give a second life to, instead of buying shitty, cheap Gildan t-shirts to hey, if that's what you do, no shade, no shade. It is what it is. I am a Gildan hater. I hate the Gildan brand. That is a high, heavy cotton that I cannot stand the feeling of on my skin. It makes me feel like I'm wearing a burlap potato sack, but like, you do you. Listen, I get it. I tried setting up a Printify Shopify store once and cried because it was very confusing. Why am I trying to take the plastic off? I did find a canvas for $1. That's about as cheap as you can get them, so that was a score. And I just can't take myself out of the wood section ever. But I bought this thing. You may be thinking, hey Marty, what the hell? Instead I'd say, yeah, I thought the same thing to myself even when I was walking up to the checkout with it. But it reminded me of the balloon present, and I thought it'd be really, really cute as like a shelf that you could store your amiibos on. Look at this. Look, are you kidding? It's perfect. Look, I knew it was perfectly amoeba sized. Amoeba? Amiibo. I don't know, one of my favorite deep cut details from the Animal Crossing series are the balloon presents though. Don't know why, they just speak to me on a spiritual level. Speaking of amiibos, I got this stupid box because I also think that this is perfectly amiibo card sized, and I wanted to design something that was Animal Crossing themed so you could put your amiibo cards in it. Again, something to sell on Etsy? Question mark? Would anyone buy that? Question mark? I don't know. Question mark. Oh, yeah, and then this. This is like a layer of paper. Take that off and, but I definitely do want to like paint it. Like maybe like the Powerpuff Girl heart. Or make it say my own like conversation heart message. Like throw it back. Or do it fart. Would people buy that also? A genuine inquiry, genuine question. Would people buy that? Would you buy a little conversation heart to display in your house that said, do a fart, do a jiggle, you up, love be like. But I have accidentally saved a gem for last. I'm proud to say that I talked myself out of every cup that I looked at and picked up and held for a while, except for this one. It makes me look like I have big hands, like I'm a giant a little bit, but like it's perfect for like a little bit of juice or like a little bit of coffee or something. However, I have to stop buying one-off glasses though because my entire collection is going to be entirely eclectic, and that doesn't sound like such a bad thing. I love her. Ah! But there are a lot of things that I'm gonna continue to look for that I did not find today that I'm hoping that I will have luck finding in the future. So if you want a part 2 of this, let me know. If we want to make this a series, holla at your girl in the comments below. Give a like, give a subscribe. Do we feel like our voids were filled today? Yes. Yes, my void feels incredibly filled with thrifting. Because I don't want to hear it anymore. Don't spend your money on useless. Listen to me. Listen closely. We're all dying. The earth is dying. The 1% elites are taking over. They're hoarding all the wealth. If this little cup gets me through the day, then so, by God, so be it. Listen, I can't take my money anywhere with me when the planet incinerates itself because of climate change. So I will continue to go thrifting and buy little trinkets for myself until I die. Until either I die or the world explodes, whichever one comes first. And I'm betting on this one. But thanks for coming thrifting with me today. It was really fun. I had such a blast. But thanks for watching, and maybe I'll see you in part 2. Because I have a lot of voids that I'd like to fill with various activities. Alright dudes, I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye! It looks like that meme of that dog.